Day 3, maps in New Orleans. Today we got into quite a bit of the weeds actually, and of course Maps 2022 couldn't happen without many references to COVID. So great session on the role of medical affairs and public health, but of course many others. One of the great things apart from content is community. The solution providers are absolutely key to this meeting. The fact that there's so many that shows how they understand the value that medical affairs brings.
Not only can you go on LinkedIn to get an opportunity, but you can go on LinkedIn and see how your career is doing compared to someone else you know. It's about the moments and the way that you show up, so you can deeply connect to someone else. And you don't have to be a loud talker to be able to do that.
And all the regulatory support that ABS has provided to the spaceport company over the past year as we step into the design and construction and operation of the first U.S. flag vessel that's going to be launching rockets in U.S. waters.
Concern from oil and gas companies of will they be treated fairly? Are they being specifically targeted? And with hurdles that are beyond that than the overall market to deliver.
Recognizing that we all take in information in different ways. So for instance, I'm linguistic, I need to read things. Others might be auditory in nature, visual in nature.
Let me find out what the words are that people use, the terms that they use, using the abbreviations and not the full name, because that's what get recognized. If we start doing that early on in the life cycle, it doesn't just happen overnight, but if we start thinking about for products, if we start doing that early on in the life cycle.
How to write plain language summaries and in co-creation mode with patients, but you have like a 5 to 10 tools that you can use as this one on the PEM suite.
What I noticed today in the sessions, and also reviewing some of the slides from yesterday, the word patient hardly exists.
Being royalty in the room, we'll start off with Dr. Cynthia Warwick, who is the president of Stillman College. But
breathing in a certain way, and they're basically thinking calm appreciation. They're doing gratitude is what they're doing. They're doing gratitude.
Here for the Medical Insights FOG. And also on the MAPS portal, we have done a tremendous amount of work around defining medical insights. And we have
cited was around advocacy and are they comfortable with that?
How the metrics are utilized in organizations. So we started just talking about the symposium numbers that.
And we don't need to structure things the same, right? Like MSL notes in your CRM don't need to be structured the same as, the MedInfo call center.
Additionally, it's really difficult to be customer-centric and actually deliver that vision of giving the HCP and our customers what they need.
That this is a long time in the coming. And when you look at this chart, sure, the first 20 years, the line's a little bit flat.
About that, and I said, honestly, I wasn't really thinking about that. He said, okay. And so he probably saw this mixed emotion, the shock, the awe, the bewilderment.
At that time, it really creates a powerful, as Nicole talked about, like that genius, to really solve problems and to really address situations before they can potentially pop up.
We have a physician ordering it. We have an insurance company that says, yes, we'll pay for it. We still have radiologists that go, I'm not ordering that. I'm not running that in my center.
Well, we cannot resource in every country. But it is my role in my organization to clearly walk the talk and ask.
There isn't an opportunity to work with clinical development directly because they are waiting as well.
I personally have always worked with Discovery. I actually brought Discovery colleagues to advisory boards because the narratives.
And emotional addiction, so if you know of anyone who's having troubles, I've got tens of thousands of people all over the world connecting every day.
Some sort. The patient payment side, we need to process their payments in some form, post them, etc.
More after two doses of the drug. So I think we have entered a new era of, where we start seeing all these results of new drugs and immunotherapeutic approaches and combination approaches. And we need better tools, definitely better imaging.
We still have a lot of margin to improve in our daily life. Again, to give a little bit of context, I want to share with you some results.
Tend to have more comorbidities, and as such, potentially a higher risk of developing an adverse event. But fortunately, what we've seen both from pivotal trial data
and also from the real world, is that the P19 inhibitors, so the pure IL-23 inhibitors, have had good efficacy across different quartiles of weights.
Obviously, I'm always looking at the skin, and I want to get rid of the skin disease. What would you suggest? What would you showed all these nicely questionnaires you were studying in these trials, but what are you using in your daily
Finding
routine?
the day of psoriasis with the difficult cases, the ones treated with biological therapy, I'm really using PASI, BCA, DLQI.
Welcome to New Orleans. We are here on Sunday for an exciting field medical program in which we welcomed over 275 attendees today. The interest is high, the conversations are topical, and people are connecting as this is the first time many of them have been out since COVID. Multiple interactions were greeted with enthusiasm and exchange of ideas across the day. Breakout sessions focused on considerable interactions. They were exuberant, they were exchanging ideas. Such kinetic action between the participants really kicked the sessions over the top. I am pleased to see such turnout at our first event post-COVID. It is going to be the launch of the annual Global MAPS 2022 annual meeting. We're looking forward to seeing you, networking, and just remember, Medical Affairs Professional Society. By medical affairs, for medical affairs. Join the movement.
Really has infected me in a way that has propelled me to always be a teller of truth about who we are. Because who we are, what we were before, what we are today, and what we will be in the future matters.
Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. When that rubber band pop, ooh, ooh. Okay, like, I want them to love their hair though. I want them to see the beauty in it.
So anytime you have an opportunity to participate, give back, come, that's what we do. And all the funds go to Alcorn State University.
My name is Nettie Winters, and we're celebrating 150 years of Alcornites.
Unbelievable. Very few universities have reached that pinnacle.
The Justice 40 project that the Bullitt Center has undertaken in conjunction with Deep South Center and WEAC is a technical support project to build on and strengthen and expand our consortium and social network infrastructure.
And, you know, when looking at which federal agencies have already started to roll out programs, particularly the Department of Agriculture, you know, when we've been hearing from so many Black farmers that they've actually been cut out of the most recent initiatives that Black folks were the least funded.
Neighborhoods and places where HBCUs are, in terms of that whole population and the communities where they're surrounding. Our tool will bring those in. They won't be invisible. They won't be blank spots.
For me, I'm just happy to spend the night with the people that I came with. It's the people that I've been knowing my whole life. No one who I'm with, I've known less than 20 years. So that's what I'm excited about most. Appreciate it. All right.
Next up on the mic.
What'd you say, Les? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fired?
No, you did great, man.
I know.
I just never been invited for something like this. As for being a part of the Social and Pleasure Club side, I always was part of the band and the music side. So, man, it's going to be a great thing for me and a new thing for me as well.